All right, good evening, everyone. Chris Schultz, Gary Hoff, Friday Night Victors.com. This is our weekly picks. It is Wednesday, September 11th, and we're here to pick the week 3 games. We're going to try and do this in 15 minutes like we normally do.
No problem.
How you doing today?
Fantastic.
Good to see you.
Wonderful Wednesday here at Hanwha.
Yeah, there you go. Great place to be recording.
Hanwha High.
And anyways, we want to throw a little shout out to our advertisers.
Go for it. Your turn.
My turn. Oh,
You
okay.
go. You name one. I'll name one.
I'm trying to think.
See if we can do it.
We got Level Up Training.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Gerwick Nissan. Thank you.
Cakes by Stephanie.
JJ Sports Video. Thank you.
Monroe Sports Varsity Athletic.
Peg and Joe Bellino. Thank you for your support.
The Painter Guy.
Mike Murphy.
Mike Murphy, the
Mike
Painter
Murphy,
Guy.
the painter. He'll paint it all. Just ask him. He'll paint the town.
And then we have the Hot Dog Guy.
Little Vinny's.
Little Vinny's. There
Little
you go.
Vinny's.
Thank you, everybody. We wanted to give you a quick shout out there.
You did
We
it.
appreciate your support. And we thank all of you for watching this video. We want to make sure to ask you to subscribe to our Friday Night Victors channel on YouTube.
It helps the channel a ton if you subscribe.
It really does.
Yep.
And so let's jump into these games right away. We're going to start off in the SEC Red Division. 0-2 Ypsilanti is at 1-1 Bedford. Your thoughts on this game?
Bedford moves to 2-1. Great victory last week. Improves to 2-1.
I think that's a good choice. I'm going to go with the Bedford Kicking Mules as well. Next up, we have the 0-2 Monroe Trojans in a must-win situation. They're playing at Tecumseh. The Indians are 0-2. Thoughts on this?
I think Monroe wins by many. Trojans get right.
I would agree with that. And if they don't, they're looking at a long season. But I think Monroe will make the trip down M50.
M50.
And get the W.
Yep.
Okay, next, huge game.
Yeah.
Tri-County Conference, you have 2-0 Schoolcraft. State of Michigan Power is traveling all the way out to Ottawa Lake, Whiteford, to play the Bobcats, who are 1-1. Thoughts on this game?
I like Schoolcraft. On the road, real good team this year. Whiteford lost to Blissfield week 1. Blissfield got it handed to him last week by Clinton. How good is Clinton?
Must be pretty good.
He had to be. So I'm taking Schoolcraft to beat Whiteford in a battle of really, really good programs.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to go, and I'm going to go with Schoolcraft as well. I have a trivia question for you. I have no clue the answer.
Yeah.
What is their mascot?
Eagles?
Nickname?
Eagles?
I think Eagles is the #1 mascot in the state, so I think that's a fair guess.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Want me to look it up?
No clue. Why don't you look it up and throw it out there at us when we get a chance?
I think it's the Eagles, but I don't know. Here it is right here, and it's the Eagles.
Look at you.
How about that?
And their colors are purple and gold.
Purple and gold.
All right.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep.
Okay, next we have 1-1 Britton Deerfield, who was in that super high-scoring affair with Erie Mason last
So
week.
122 points scored in that game.
They gave up 80.
They scored 1/3.
Holy cow.
Yes.
80.
Yep.
They are playing at Summerfield, who was 1-1.
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one. Is it the Minutemen? Britton Deerfield, the Minutemen?
No.
I don't know what they are.
Why
do I think
are you
that?
making me? What's with you and all the mascots
I used to
today?
know this stuff.
I'm going with Summerfield.
Summerfield's the Bulldogs.
I know that. I'm going with Summerfield. Patriots.
The Patriots. It's close.
That's close.
That's
okay.
pretty close.
It was close.
All right. I know they are red, white, and blue. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs as well.
But I wouldn't be
At
surprised
home.
if BD
I
won,
bet you
though.
that's kind of a little bit of a rivalry, isn't it?
Oh, sure.
I mean, they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
So, all right, very good. Next, we have the 1-1 Dundee Vikings traveling out to 1-1 Hudson. Hudson is the team I was high on early in the season. They gave Ithaca all they could handle in week 1 and then bounced back with a victory last week. Your thoughts?
Kind of must-wins for both teams, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with Hudson in this game. At Hudson, tough place to play. Going with Hudson.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hudson Tigers.
Yeah, good job.
All right. I'm just off on my stuff today. So I'm going to go with Hudson. All right, next we have 2-0 Brooklyn Columbia Central
Yes.
at 1-1 Ida. This is a tough one here.
This is a tough one. This might be the toughest one to call out of all of them. I'm going to go with Ida just because Ida wins at home. Coach Potter, got to have it. Let's go Ida. And they got a good football team in Ida. They're pretty good.
They do have a good football team. They have a good loss and a good win. I'm going to go with, Ida.
What's Brooklyn CC's nickname? I just looked it up. I didn't know it. The Golden Knights.
Golden Knights. Wow.
Am I right?
I don't know.
Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles. Should have went with Eagles.
Golden Eagles, right.
All right, I'm going to go with Ida because I'm not going to let them bite me in the backside.
Yeah,
So.
I think it's a good game, and Ida tends to win those close ones.
All right, here's a huge game. 2-0 Hillsdale,
What an intriguing
coached by
matchup.
a Catholic Central graduate,
Yeah. Intriguing matchup.
at Erie Mason, who was 2-0. Did you know they scored 80 points last week?
I did.
Holy cow.
And Rob Boudry is a Catholic Central graduate. They both graduated in the time I was at the school, so I know both of them
Did you get to
pretty
sit
well.
at their lunch table back in the day?
No,
or-
they didn't let me.
Okay.
Coach Boudry always got me in a headlock. It was terrible. But, wow.
I know which way I'm going to go on this.
I know where you're going, too. I know where you're going. Starts with an H and ends in Dale. You know what? I'm going to take the Eagles. I'm taking any team that can score 80.
Is
If they-
Hillsdale the Eagles?
No. If Hillsdale holds Mason to 40, think they're just holding to 40, you think? I'm going with the Eagles. Let's go.
All right.
Let's
so
go Mason.
You got Erie Mason. And
Heck yeah.
I'm going to go with Hillsdale.
I know you are.
We'll see what happens.
And
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Erie Mason does not score 80 points this week.
okay. Will they score
Hillsdale-
40? Will they score 40? Just say no.
I'm
Well,
going
they
to
might
say
score
no.
40. They could give up 60.
I'm going to say it's going to be a 49-39 game, Hillsdale.
Okay.
They won't score 40.
All right.
Okay, next we go to the Downriver League. 1-1 Allen Park at 1-1 Carlson. Huge game here. Both these teams are, were picked to be up towards the top of the Downriver League. The Marauders already have one loss in the league, so they can't lose another one, or it's probably the end of their title chase. So,
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
I don't know how many times Jack Jarmo's lost 2 games in a row in the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that many times.
No.
But I think it's going to happen this week. Jags are that good. I think the Jags beat Carlson at home, at Carlson.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Marauders. I don't think they lose 2 in a row.
Okay.
All right. Next, we have 0-2 Grosse Ile. The Red Devils are traveling over to Airport, who is 1-1. Thoughts on this game?
It's a good game. Great matchup.
I think it's a good game.
Airport got dinged up a little bit last week.
Oh, they did.
Well, a little bit. Kids were kind of walking up towards the end of the game.
Sure.
It was they played their heart out.
There
that
were
game.
some ice baths
There was.
that night. And
There
the
was.
next morning.
They played their hearts out in that game. They wanted to win and fell short. But do they bounce back? I think this is where coaching absolutely means everything in situations like this. I like Airport. Continue the trend of GI going 9-0 to maybe 0-9. Couldn't be.
I don't see it
Couldn't be.
0-9,
No. Okay.
Grosse Ile's got to learn to take care of the football. They turned
right.
the ball over way too many times in the first 2 weeks.
Airport didn't turn it over against CCI. Maybe once.
Airport is very good in the trenches, and I do think they're well coached. And I think Airport will get the win here as well. I'm going to go with the Jets.
Give it the ball to Pack. And they got them speedy jet sweep guys, too.
Yeah,
You don't ever know who has the ball. It's
I'd
a nice
give the
mesh.
ball to Pack
Yeah.
20, 30 times if you can.
Yep.
All right, next up is 1-1 Flat Rock. Travels over to Riverview, who is 2-0. Home of the famous double cheeseburger.
I'm not picking games for Riverview all year unless it's in the state semifinals.
Yeah.
So now you know.
Yeah, I think Riverview wins this game, and Flat Rock will compete, but I think Riverview.
Flat Rock's always going to compete.
Yeah,
They're going to compete.
They're so well coached.
They're going to compete, but
they
Riverview
do have
is
some
just
star power over there.
Yep.
I think Riverview wins the game.
Yep.
Okay. Next up is 1-1 Huron travels over to 1-1 Jefferson.
Well,
this is kind of a pick'em game.
Interesting,
isn't it?
a little interesting. I'm going to go with Huron. I can't see him being going 1-2. I'm going with Huron on the road to get the victory over the Bears.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well.
All right.
I think it'll be a close game. It was a close game last year. They played pretty well defensively against Riverview. It was just, Riverview's first drive against them, it was 4th and 1 on their own 18, and Riverview went for it and got a first down. I mean, they were pretty confident in what they were trying to do.
Right.
Huron did some nice things defensively. They just couldn't, they were a little overwhelmed. So they have a solid defense, pretty good offense, even though you really couldn't tell last week.
Right.
I think Huron wins this game. And then our last game of the week, which is the Gerwick Nissan Game of the Week. You will be the color commentary on that on 98.3 Nash Icon. I am going to be at that game as well.
Okay.
Maybe I can come up in the booth and
let's make your way up.
Say a few syllables or something like that. So it's 2-0 SMCC, 2-0 Milan, our number 2 and 3 ranked teams in the power rankings this week. What are your thoughts on this game, Gary?
Well, the winner of this game has a leg up in what we probably think is going to be a 3-horse race in the Huron League. Whoever wins this one's going to have a little bit of a leg up. But, 2 years ago, Milan beat SMCC, I want to say 41-19 at home, Milan. This could be another game like that.
They've won 2 in a row, right? Milan has in this?
Yes, last year in the last second corner of the end zone to Fertney from Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Central has a hard time stopping quarterbacks that can groove and move, and not too many people can do it like Hines. I think it's going to be tough. I think Milan wins at home, and I think it's probably 2 touchdowns, actually, something like 34-20.
I have to tell you, I'm going to go with Milan as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that will really throw the league into a whirlwind, because I think when you get down to week 8, I think Airport matches up really well with a Milan type team. So if Airport can just hold the course, I think it could possibly be a 4-team race. But anyways, I'm going to go with Milan as well, and I think it's just the athleticism of the Big Reds. I think that's enough, and being at home, long trip over from downtown Monroe for the Falcons.
Well, Central's missing 2 really, really big key parts, Flint and
He's
Whirl.
out again?
Flint and Whirl. Flint's out for a while.
Okay.
And Whirl. They need those 2 guys back in games like this would really help. So, if they had them back, it might be different, but they don't, and I like Milan.
Okay. Well, that wraps us up for our Week 3 picks. Like we said, in 2 days we'll be out there at Milan for the SMCC Milan game. Once again, we appreciate everyone watching. Make sure you subscribe if you would.
Yeah, please do.
And Gary, any parting thoughts? Why don't you take us out of here?
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time here on Friday Night Victors.